Hey fundraisers, so today we're going to put on our digital hard hats, grab our virtual cement, and talk about one of the absolute best ways to show your donors some love, recognition walls.
So the big question is, are you ready to build something that really truly honors the amazing generosity of your supporters? Come on, let's get to it.
But wait, before we even think about laying a single brick, we got to talk about the foundation. I mean, why even build a donor wall in the first place?
Well, at its core, it's pretty simple. A donor wall is just a public display to recognize and thank the incredible people who make your work possible. You know, it could be a classic physical wall in your lobby, a slick digital page on your website, or even a cool mix of both. But what's the real reason? It's for those moments, those times when a gift is just so powerful, so game-changing, that a simple thank you letter just won't cut it. We're talking about those huge capital campaign gifts or that one donation that launches a whole new program.
And you know what? These walls do so much more than just say thanks. They are a powerhouse of benefits. They publicly acknowledge your supporters, which makes them feel amazing. They inspire other people to give. They get more eyes on your mission. And they create this beautiful, lasting legacy of generosity. Or, as we love to say around here, it's all about that Grat-i-tat-tat-tat-itude. Yeah, it's about making your donors feel totally seen and celebrated.
Okay, let's get into the nitty-gritty. When you decide to build one, you've basically got two main blueprints to choose from: physical or digital.
So here's the deal. Physical walls, they're impressive, they're permanent, they make a statement. But they can also be a bigger project, cost more upfront, and be a real headache to update. Now, digital walls, on the other hand, they're awesome because anyone, anywhere can see them. They're super easy to update, and they're way more friendly on the budget.
All right, now for my favorite part. Let's move beyond just a boring old list of names and get into some really fun, creative ideas for your donor wall. First up, what about a historical timeline? Imagine tying your fundraising goals to key moments in world history, or maybe milestones from your own nonprofit's journey. How cool is that?
Or you could make it interactive. A digital wall is absolutely perfect for this. You could feature donor photos, let them answer a fun question about why they give, or even let supporters dedicate their gifts right there on the wall.
Here's a thought. Why not flip the whole idea on its head? Instead of just donors, create a wall that honors your staff, your board members, your volunteers, you know, the people giving their precious time and energy to your cause.
Okay, ideas are great, but let's see how this stuff actually looks in the wild. We've got a few examples of organizations that are just completely knocking it out of the park with their digital donor walls.
You know, our very own CEO, Justin Wheeler, said it perfectly when he was talking about Charity Water. When you do recognition this well, it creates this positive kind of FOMO, a fear of missing out. People see it, and they just have to be part of that amazing community.
Check this out. For Giving Tuesday, DIGDEEP used this super dynamic page with a progress bar and these scrolling lists of recent donors and top donors. It's so simple, but wow, is it effective. It just creates this incredible sense of energy and momentum.
And you know the best part? You don't need to be a coding wizard for this stuff. This is actually a super easy set it and forget it feature right inside Fundraise's campaign site tool. You can get a page like this up and running in no time.
Okay, here's another awesome one from Action Against Hunger. They don't just recognize the people who donate money. They go a step further and highlight their amazing peer-to-peer fundraisers, showcasing their stories and their impact.
This kind of deep, layered appreciation for your whole community, that is a true nonprofit superpower. And with Fundraise, it can totally be your superpower too. When you celebrate your fundraisers like this, you empower them to do even more.
Okay, I know you're all fired up and ready to build, but hold on. Before you do, let's just quickly run through a little checklist of common mistakes you're going to want to avoid.
So first off, make sure the design actually looks and feels like your nonprofit's brand. Also, please remember to budget for maintenance, not just the build. Think about how you'll add new names later. And this is a big one. Always get consent before you share someone's name. And above all, don't get so caught up in the project that you forget the whole point is gratitude. Oh, and make sure you have a plan to recognize those smaller but super impactful gifts too.
Look, we have only just scratched the surface today. There are so many more creative ideas and little details and awesome examples in the full blog post that inspired this whole explainer.
The link is waiting for you right there in the description below. Seriously, go give it a read, get inspired, and start building a donor wall that your community will absolutely love. Thanks for hanging out with me.